this little piggy almost got cut off today on a different Eurovan. I pushed against the timing belt cover here, and then the finger went underneath the or followed the pulley under the belt, and it ended up coming out over here, so it went right up under there. Pretty good. Lucky it's still attached. 98 Golf with a 2-liter. This thing was weird. The ignition coil, when you held it like this, you could feel pulses, as well as when you put your hand behind on the panel that it's mounted to, and inside the car you hear a rattle. It's like a plastic rattle, or you think something is loose just vibrating with the engine. It's this coil here. It's a complete, knockoff. Doesn't no manufacturer or nothing. But I put in a good Burnaby coil, and no more pulsing, no more noise inside the car. And I think this might solve his cap issue. He's been eating through caps on a regular basis. So I think the coil was just stressing itself too much, just arcing too much through the cap and whatnot. Usually I thought it was just a worn cap, that caused this thing to eat away on the rubbing block. But it could be that there's too hot of a spark or too much current going through, too hot a current that was eating the rubbing block. It's all pure speculation. I don't have any electronic background, but the fact that I don't feel the pulsing anymore, and I don't hear the vibration in the car. The spark plug wire or the coil wire, I no longer feel the pulses of the spark rushing through. So I'm thinking a cheap coil was causing all of this. Ice, can you get right up in there? Kinda. Yeah, that's good enough right there. Rusty! So I got my Varus updated. This is one of those 2-for-1 updates. So I'm up to date now at 17.4, and I'm going to get the 18.1 when it comes out in a couple of months. But what I found strange is before the update, my free space remaining right there, it said it was 9 point some odd gigabytes. After the update, I have now 11.5 gigabytes free. So Snap-on must have done some house cleaning and got rid of a bunch of stuff, or compressed a bunch of stuff. You be the judge. The next time you get yours updated, I should have done this. I should have checked how many actual files before and after. I'm going to do that on the next update. Let me know if you've noticed the same. You don't need a big walnut blaster machine or media blaster machine to get these beautiful results. Look at what my coworker is using. It's a self-contained media blaster, all in one. Must be a Russian product.
Blue Point.
Blue Point. Is it Blue Point?
Made in USA.
Made in USA. Wow.
Blue Point.
So you don't need a big jug of stuff. Just get one of these little handheld guns. Where are we here? Ever since the oil change, the washer fluid is leaking. And that's the washer pump right there. Oh, come on. We do our best to look after customers' cars, and then we always get blamed for anything and everything. Another first-time customer with an ALH. You can see the intercooler is draining. That's 100 some odd milliliters already. starting to slow down. We'll see how much she drains. Same ALH. You can see the EGR/intake is starting to restrict. Okay, so that stopped dripping now. You can see it's maybe a quarter of a liter, and you saw the EGR carbon as well. So once you clean the intake, if you didn't drain this under high boost, high RPM, extended boost, all that oil would get pushed up into the intake, and then the engine would run away. So it's well worth checking all these things. It doesn't take much. Small hole in the intercooler, and I'm going to plug it now. Plug it with a little screw, and it's good to go. No boost leak, no engine oil leak, and you can check it at every oil change. I get a lot of guys asking me where the vacuum leaks are or where they should look. Well, sometimes you need a smoke machine to find the leak, and in this case it's a rear main seal. And you're not going to find that at home. So sometimes you got to invest or have a shop. Invest in a smoke machine or have a shop look at it. Although oil leaks usually are a sign of a rear main seal issue anyways. But that's cool though. Hey guys, check this out. Customer's car, and most likely you guys have seen this before, but I'm just wondering if I should get it for my BMW. Courtesy light in the manufacturer's emblem, so a BMW logo is available. What do you guys think? Is that too much of a novelty item? Too gimmicky for a daily driver? You wouldn't really see it in the daytime, but at nighttime, you know, puddles, a courtesy light in the shape of a BMW, a BMW logo. It would be cool, wouldn't it? I don't know. You tell me. Come on, guys. Should I or shouldn't I? Haven't done any Mark IV heater cores in, I'd say, at least a couple of years. So it's a nice change from the norm, from the day-to-day stuff, normal day-to-day stuff. So that's the heater box and evaporator assembly. There's the blower motor, evaporator. That's the heater core. And believe it or not, that was the easiest part of the job. The hardest part is putting it back together. Obviously no parts left over, no bolts left over, and the main thing, no noises and everything else, and that everything else works. All the lights, switches, heated seats, etc. Putting the heater core back in when I noticed 318. I didn't notice it when I took it apart, but 318. A heater core doesn't have to drip violently underneath the heater box assembly for it to be bad. You can see this one, you guys, crusty coolant, and this was smelling really bad in the car as soon as the heater was turned on, or the heater knob was turned to heat. So just keep that in mind. If you have smell but you don't see a leak, it's most likely still a heater core issue. Worth or Power Pro, which sticker is better? So I've got a really nice boost pressure leak kit. you block off the intake and the exit of the intake system, and then you pressurize it, and then you check for leaks. I was going to use it on this one, but I'm just using my smoke machine first, and you can see already that smoke is coming out. Shut that off again. There's a tear in the hose. Right there is a tear. So even with this low pressure, not even 1 psi, I'm already getting smoke out. And then there's a second leak right by the compressor wheel or compressor housing. See that smoke there? That's the hose, where the hose attaches to the snail housing to the compressor outlet. So just needs 2 hoses, and then I can pressure test it afterwards again, or pretty much just test drive it and you'll see the difference, or I'll see the difference. I'm gonna have to save this for a special occasion. €97 van with the AAB. Where can we see this? AAB engine, which is a diesel, 2.4 diesel. Just doing the glow plugs. On number 1, I take the alternator out. This is where the alternator usually sits, and you can get the glow plug here. 2 and 3 you can do from underneath. 4 and 5 you have to do from the top. I take the injectors out, so there's injector 4, injector 5, obviously removed. And then you can get wrenches on here for the 8mm for the wiring. For the number 5, you'll need an offset 8mm like this, so that you can get in behind this little bracket. You'll see better on your car, but that's just some quick tips here. So these old compression diesel glow plugs, you always want to check them before you install them in the car. And because they're 12 volts, all you need to do is hold it against the battery. It doesn't take long, 4 or 5 seconds. One 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. That's good enough. Smoke them if you got them. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. So they should all be fairly similar. On this system, there's no computer control. It cannot differentiate the resistance between them. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. On the newer TDIs, it'll actually do a voltage drop across them, and if there's voltage differences, then it knows that there's a problem with one of the glow plugs. On this system, there is no such thing, so if one burns out, you don't have any type of warning. But the main point of this video is to test them before you put them in. So it looks like we had the right idea coming down the hill, but we're kind of stuck going uphill now. We should have probably started on the other hill over there. But how tall is that? At least 5 feet, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, heavy sucker, at least 600 pounds. keep the front end up, right?
Yep. If you need a push, Dan can.
No.
Try turning your feet close to the center. Might keep dragging. Get in there.
Hi guys, so the arcade video games that I've been putting at the back of my videos, that's not gonna happen anymore. Several people have contacted me and told me that I should be careful with stuff like that. I could get into trouble from YouTube and or actual video game designers slash owners, big companies, Nintendo being the big one, because the knockoff video games are obviously a rip-off of their actual games. So since I don't want my channel to get shut down, we're not going to be, or I'm not going to be recording or posting any more video game footages. Hope you guys had fun watching them regardless, and sorry. Maybe if I open up a private account and then have you guys sign up for the private account, then those people, or then I can still post stuff. But same thing, I just don't want to get into trouble, so no more video game footage. If you've noticed, my ambient lighting is a lot better. It's called 3-point lighting, thanks to Sunshine. What's New Sunshine, for making me aware of 3-point lighting. Much cleaner image. If I'm looking at myself, you can actually see my blue-gray eyes. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.